Hey guys, welcome back. All right, so happy wolf moon. Today is our wolf moon. I will get the last couple of zodiacs completed this evening also, so tune in for that later on tonight. But let's get started. So this is a collective message, so not zodiac specific. But we start out with the Nurturer of Swords, which is a Queen of Swords energy, and we have a feminine. Doesn't have to be a feminine, but right now it's showing up as a divine feminine energy. And you notice that she's kind of pondering things. She's thinking about things. And I kind of think that because her halo has like dark spikes emanating from it, I'm thinking that she's pondering something that has bothered her today. And we have this owl kind of overlooking and watching her going, this is an ancestor who is kind of with her in this moment where she's trying to figure things out. It's interesting because the imagery of like the spikes we see twice, right? This is the Nine of Swords, but this time it's in the reverse. She's trying to puzzle through something so that she can take the stress and pressure off of her worried mind. I think this is a feminine who is perhaps trying to let go of something. We have the Five of Wands and we have the Magician. The Magician ended up sideways. By the way, I'm sorry. I know I'm blocking the beautiful wolf behind me. Well, wolves. There's actually two of them. Sorry about my big dumb head. But this is Year of the Snake that we're moving into as of January 29th. So it's a good time to start thinking about change. 5 is a number of change. 5 of Wands, again, is like thinking through things, analyzing the data, trying to come up with a conclusion. But she still is having trouble, I think, assessing whether or not her head or her heart can get the right answer. And the question mark could be about either a Virgo or a Gemini as to whether or not they were truthful or whether or not they were lying. Or it could be about a situation. You know, was I trying to manifest this, or was this something where I was a pawn in some other game? Am I disempowering myself, or do I have the power to move forward? It feels like she's really trapped in her thoughts right now. Nurturer of Cups. Typically, this would be a Queen of Cups, but they did choose to put a masculine on this card. So the nurturers are all considered the feminines, and the cards that say Mastery of, Cups, for example, would be a king. But here we actually have a masculine on a queen's card. So again, I never read for genders, so it's irrelevant, but it seems as if she's trying to figure out, I almost wonder if she's trying to figure out, is somebody still thinking about me, or am I still thinking about them? Because look, the feminine energy is the energy of the moon, which would be the gravitational pull. If there is a masculine out there and she's trying to say, am I still in love with him? Or is he thinking about me? Is that why he's on my mind so much? Oh, what's that song? Why I Got You on My Mind? You think you love somebody. Can't think of who sings it, but it's a female voice. We got the Chariot, and this is about her saying, I need to move on from this. It's time that I move on from this. It would ease my worried mind if I moved on from this. I want to relieve any of the tension and give myself relief from the tension. But she can't quite figure out. I mean, she has the right to take whatever action she wants to take, right? It's just that she's been trying to move on from this, but then it's like she pulls over her car and gets out. By the way, the license plate says Cosmic. I don't know. I could picture that today we have a feminine and deep thought, maybe thinking today, maybe sitting outside looking up at the moon, taking some time and asking herself, about moving forward, about letting something go, about the big question of why she hasn't fully let go of, we'll say, a King of Cups, or some, in this case, some masculine that she still has emotions for, love for. Got the Tower in the reverse. We got the 10 of Cups sideways. She's asking herself the tough question, is it just my ego wanting to cling to them and imagine that I think they're still thinking of me? Is it my ego imagining that somehow they still think of me? This is a queen who's being very straightforward with herself. She is not afraid to ask herself the hard questions about, is it my ego? Am I the one holding on to them in my mind? And then trying to say, well, it must be them thinking about me, when really it's all me. She is basically trying to establish whether or not there's still some bond that is hard to explain. So I'm thinking that they stay on her mind, or they pop into her mind again and again, and she's just trying to be honest with herself of, is it me doing it, or is it them thinking of me? I can be honest with myself. I think she's saying, I do have some ego around this. Part of me thinks I am still thinking of them, because it seems like I thought that they were going to be my person. Now we have that King of Cups in the reverse, right? Now we have the King of Cups, but it's in the reverse. She's either convincing herself or working on like assessing, why does he come to my mind so often? I've been thinking it's because he keeps attached to me, but I don't want to be distressed over this anymore. I want to let this go, don't I? He's got to stop thinking of me, unless is it me? Is it because he's my karmic and I can't let go of him, and that I'm the one who's got a karmic attachment to my karmic? She's really being brave enough to assess things. Good on her for being brave enough to do it. We have the Emperor. She's kind of talking herself through it and saying, if he wanted to talk to me, he would. If he wanted to reach out, if he had love for me and was the right person for me, he would have spoken words that I needed to hear. He would have, not let it become this weird separation. An emperor takes charge, an emperor says how they feel. How hard would it have been to say how you feel? So she's really boiling this down and saying, if he hasn't done something, then it's because he doesn't want to, because that's not who he is. So I need to accept that. And then I don't have to keep wondering and worrying or feeling a connection that there's no action being taken on. Okay, let's ask him, what's going on with you? Because maybe he doesn't even have her on his radar at all. Maybe this is all playing out in her mind. We have the Star. What does that mean? We have the Death card. He's either he is off in a whole new direction and he's healing and he's found something else that he wants and he's revamping his life. 10 of Pentacles, but see, High Priestess. So there is some energy to him that is working with the subconscious. Okay, let me be more direct. Let me change decks and say, what do you think of her? Do you think of her? Let's go with this deck. Do you think of her? 7 of Pentacles. Yeah, she's like the blockage to like that castle that he wants to have. Okay, what do you think of her when you think of all this? 6 of Swords. Queen of Cups. She's moving on from him. She's trying to move on from this. He knows she's a very loving person. It's weird how she sees him as a King of Cups. He sees her as a Queen of Cups. So wait, what do you want with her? 8 of Swords. This 8 of Swords is different. It's not about, I want to be stuck. This is like the freedom from being stuck. This is like burn down the past and maybe try it all over again. Do something different. Get out of the stuck energy. 2 of Wands. But it's weird because I don't see him completely clear on what he really wants. 6 of Wands, other than success. He wants to choose whatever action will yield success. What does that mean in regards to her? I mean, when I asked, okay, so what's going on with him? And it says he's been healing. He wants to go after his wishes come true. He's wanting to change his circumstances. He wants to have a lot of, financial success, or he's already gained that. And then his emotions are still, he's got a lot hidden here. He's got a lot of like deep intuition. And when it comes to her, she is still his stumbling block, or she is the place that he can't seem to go. But then we have him over here saying, what I think of her is that she's moving on with all of her love. And what I want with her is, I just want to have success, whatever that may entail, whatever that may mean. Give me one more. What do you really want from her, with her, if anything? Strength card. I feel like he wants a strong connection, a strong conversation. Page of Pentacles. I don't know. His emotions that he generates toward her are confusing from what I can see. They're confusing emotions. We have a Four of Pentacles. Part of him wants to hold back and go a different direction. Part of him wants to have a new beginning. Part of him wants to wish her well. Part of him just wants to have success, but I don't really see him wanting to make an offer to her. So she's not wrong that he thinks about her and that she wants to basically not have him think about her anymore, because if he's not taking direct action toward her and she's not taking any action toward him, then it's almost like this is the moment where she's saying, I don't want this anymore. I don't want this unspoken stuff anymore. He doesn't want to be burdened or bothered by things anymore. Nine of Swords. And that was in the reverse. Chariot. So he wants to move on too. It's weird because it's like, well, she's the one moving on from me, so I'm blocked from her, so I guess I go a different direction. And I just want to get out of this stress and pressure and just move a different direction. I feel like we should take this to a part 2. I'm going to close this out and think about it and then figure out if I do a part 2 or not. Anyway, guys, thanks for being here. Thanks for giving it a thumbs up and subscribing. Lots of love. Bye.